Previously on Heather Wright.
What we want is more Hydra mentality. With the Hydra, when one head gets cut off, two grow in its place. It evolves and it gets stronger.
And now...
So we've got our goal of developing a Hydra mentality and changing the way we react to stress so that instead of crumbling or just simply being resilient, we will bounce back better. We'll improve when we're under pressure. That way we'll be much more confident as we move forward. Now, there's a whole bunch of different strategies we can employ. And so what I'm going to do is make a series of short videos which you can watch in any order you like. Employ the strategies you like, ignore the ones you don't. That being said, today's strategy is the barbell method. The barbell method isn't as intimidating as it sounds. It's simply about balance, but specifically, it's about balancing risk with safety. You see, risk is a key part of success. After all, how are you going to get that amazing job you really want unless you risk rejection by applying? You see, sometimes we can choose risk and sometimes it's forced upon us. So what we need to do is become comfortable with risk. So to develop our Hydra mentality, we're going to work on the balance of risk and safety. Think about it. You wouldn't load a barbell like this. We can immediately see the problem. What we need is balance. But even that's not right. You wouldn't pile it all on one side and then the other. What we do is incrementally build it on each side, little by little. And it's the same with learning to get good at dealing with risk in the workplace. What we need to do is counterbalance it. We don't suddenly leap forward into massive risk, stuff that scares us, without actually counterbalancing it with something we feel comfortable with and something that helps to grow our confidence in between. So for example, take presentations. They're actually quite important in the workplace. You might do a presentation to just a few people, or you might be asked to do a presentation to a lot of people. And we know from research that presentations are one of the biggest fears in the Western world. And boy, I should know, I teach presentation skills. And I get people who come in and they're really confident as they walk through the door. But when it comes to presentations, they start shaking in their boots. Now, I don't recommend that they suddenly race out and do huge presentations, lengthy presentations to high-risk audiences. I ask them to start it with a small risk audience. So yes, volunteer for the presentation, but then after you've done that, decide on the subject matter and make sure that the subject matter is something you're really, really confident with. I even do it myself when I'm doing a presentation. If I've got an audience that I'm a bit more nervous about, and maybe I'm doing a slightly new subject, I will, within that subject, have some stuff in there that is what I consider my greatest hits. I'll do stuff that I'm really used to doing. And it's almost like my body goes, I know how to do this bit, that's okay. No need to be nervous now. So we'll do something that's high risk, but we'll make sure we do something that's lower risk or even comfortable and safety, because your body can settle into it and your identity feels good then. I know I'm good at this. So this is all about building our ability to deal with risk, because risk is inevitable. Now, it may not be that you've got a presentation to do at the moment. Maybe you've got nothing that's being forced on you. So you might look at choosing to do some small risk stuff every month or every week and counterbalancing that. That way, when risk is forced upon you, when you have to step out of your comfort zone, you'll have already started to build that muscle and you'll think, well, I can do this. I've done all these other things, this and this and this. And you get stronger and stronger. Remember that Hydra mentality is when one head is cut off, we grow two in its place and we become stronger and we evolve. Give it a go.